Welcome everyone to another episode of Two Men No Hope. I'm Daniel Say. I've got my own name for a second there. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm good. Lucky, happy to be doing this one again.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's been a long fucking week. So, Jamie, on his ever-long quest to get closer and closer to Tell 'em Steve Dave, has got yet another guest. He's really excited, and so am I. It's Jimmy the Hair Guy. Welcome, man. How's it going?
How's it going, guys? Pleasure to be here.
Welcome to the show.
I had to ask Jamie why you were called the Hair Guy, because it feels like you're a bit sort of like mafia, like you're a made man. Sorry?
Did he tell you why I'm the hair guy?
He did, yeah, but I thought for the benefit of the listeners, I thought you could tell us as well.
You want me to explain? So, well, you want the long or the short version?
It's up to you, man. I've only heard the very quick. So if you want to explain a bit more.
Go for it, Jimmy. Go for it.
Middle version. Well, obviously I'm a big TSD fan, and I'm an IJ fan, and I'd been going to the general store forever, going back to when it was still at the Secret Stash, and you know, they sort of have like a museum there of all the different shit that's sort of role in the show. And they had a lock of Q's hair that Q had given to Get 'em that came off of when he cut it for IJ for a punishment. He gave it to Get 'em as a means of trying to raise money for a new house because his house burned down. And so I would go in there, not often, but enough, and I would see it. And I'm a bit of a collector, and I'd always say to myself, I'm going to get that fucking hair. One of these days, I'm going to get that fucking hair. And I was in Jersey for a Kevin Smith event, actually. And I had like 8-9 hours to kill. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to fucking do for the next 8-9 hours? So I'll go over to TSD Town, general store, you know, see if anything's going on over there. Maybe there's some ants hanging out or something. And I walk in and something just fucking tells me like today's the day. Like I think, like I'm looking at the hair. I also haven't mentioned how much it was. It was $2,000. $2,000 for a strand of hair. Not even like the full wig that he used on IJ. Like just literally a strand of fucking hair. And $2,000. And something just told me like today's the day. And so Get 'em was working, as he always is, office manager. And there were a couple ants there, and I was staring at that fucking hair. Something's telling me like this is it. So I said to Get 'em, like, is it really $2,000? He said, yeah. I said, I think I'm gonna buy it. And the ants that were in there, like their fucking heads exploded, like down, and they were. And of course I paid credit card because I didn't have $2,000 cash on me, but so. You know, he ran it. It worked. He handed me the fucking hair, and so the ants are there losing their shit. And so, Get 'em says to the other ants, he's like, "Should I?" Because Walt and Bry were there too, but they were in the other room recording.
All right.
He says, "Should I go tell him the hair just sold?" And everybody's like, "Yes, go fucking tell him." So he pokes his head in, and I hear him tell Walt and Bry that the hair just sold. And I hear Walt ask how much, and he says store price. I didn't think much of it. You know, I honestly, I probably went out the door at that point. Like, I made my transaction. I was ready to go. I met Get 'em enough times. You know, I wasn't going to hang around. And fucking Bry comes out, and he says, who bought the hair? And I'm like, well, I did. On the show. I'm like, get the fuck. Like, as much as I love the show, like I never saw myself being on it. Like I never was looking for a way in. Like I never, like of course I wanted to like be friends with them and like have like a relationship with them. But as far as like being on the show, being a TSD Town member, anything like that, never even like crossed my mind. It's not like I was actively like coming up with ways to get on. I never thought I would get on. I never really had the intention to. So it threw me for a fucking curveball. So I sat there for the next hour, just like shitting in my fucking pants, like trembling with anticipation. But I was a fucking nervous wreck too. And about an hour later, the door opens up, and Walt fucking comes out and waves me in, and he whispers to me, put the cans on, because Q was on, but he wasn't in studio that day. He was zooming in from home. So they had me go sit down next to Bry, and now I'm looking at Q, and him and Bry are having a conversation, and it wraps up, and then Bry says to him, "So Q, you see the guy sitting next to me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can see him." And they're like, if you had to think of the craziest thing one could buy at the TSD Town General Store, what would it be? And Q says, "Ooh, I'd have to say it'd either be the Lego haunted house I built or the hair." And they're like, "Well, he bought one of them, and he's not a Lego collector." And so Q's mind was fucking blown. I think to be honest with you, I think he was freaked out at first. Like, why is this fucking maniac dropping $2,000 on my fucking hair?
Yeah, I remember him saying that. Yeah, on the episode.
Yeah, he was definitely freaked out, right?
Mm.
And then, but they started talking. I think I was on for like 20 minutes, and they talked to me a good amount. And in that conversation, I also revealed that I own a dreadlock previously belonging to the head of Shaggy Two Dope from Insane Clown Posse. And so they were like, "Oh, so this guy's into hair. He's Jimmy the Hair Guy." I'm really not, like, at all. Like, I happen to own two celebrities' hair, which is probably more. But again, didn't set out to do that. Didn't really plan that. Life kind of went in that direction, and but they had a good time with me. The 20 minutes I was on, they had a good time with me, and at the end, Walt said to me, this might not be the end of Jimmy the Hair Guy. I might hear from him again. And then the mics went off, and he took my number and my email, and he's like, "Don't think I was fucking with you. Like, you're really gonna hear from me." Like, "All right. We'll see about that." And then he did. He really did. He came through, and so now I've got like a second life in the world of TSD, and it's fucking surreal to say the least. But never saw myself as being the hair guy. But
there you go. It stuck.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's quality.
Maintenance clear Rick on the mail search.
Copy. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just at work.
Everyone's got an inside. No, that's well cool. I think it still fits though. I mean, it's a pretty cool name. There could be worse things you could have.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of it. It happened organically, so it's not like I gave it to myself. It's not like I was trying to earn this nickname. Like, it was on the show on a whim. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it.
So they've got a store. They've got like an actual store you can go into, and it's like memorabilia in that.
Yeah, it used to be in the Secret Stash, Kevin Smith's comic book store, but now they've got their own location.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, different town, but yeah, they have a museum, or they sell T-shirts and shit.
Yeah, it's cool, man. If I'm ever in Jersey, that's where I'm going.
Let me know.
I'm going to be trying to talk the missus into doing like a little stopover next time we get to the US.
Yeah, man.
You should.
I said, how are you getting on with the Patreon stuff? Are you enjoying it? Oh, he's gone.
I love it. It's wild. I mean, you've seen it, right? Mystery Inc. and the other shit I've been involved in. I mean, I've got tattoos I never planned on getting, but it's all in fun.
I was gonna say because obviously I'm just recently after doing this, I'm into like podcasts and that, and I was like, I've got to have a look at see what this guy's about, maybe get a bit of backside. And I saw, and you've got it on the back of your hand. It was a clip of you getting shown, the Baron.
The Baron, yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking well cool. That's really. So, what's the premise of that? Like, because I only saw a small clip here, something about them drawing pictures of something you wanted.
It's sort of evolved. It's sort of it's kind of changed. We've done 4 episodes, I think, and it's kind of changed a few times now. The original concept was we'd have, Walt's always going to be the host. Bry is always going to be a judge slash, well, a judge, I guess, because originally we were gonna have, I think, 3 artists. It would be Walt, Bry every time, and then we'd have a different TSD Town member as the third. And that's how we did it the first couple times. And basically we would pick an image from the show. Walt, Bry, and the mystery guest would all draw it, and then I'd play a series of games. And depending on how I do, I'd either get to pick whose artist rendering I would get, or they would.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has since changed to, I mean, Jamie, did you see the last episode?
I've not seen it yet, no, but I've got it sitting there, waiting to go.
Do you know what it is? The tattoo?
No.
Okay, then I won't spoil it on here, but they changed the format a little bit where it was basically a win or lose situation. If I won, I got one, and if I lost, I got the other. I won't reveal what they were or how I did. It's definitely better to see for yourself.
Oh, he's teasing me now. I might have to go and listen to this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go get the Patreon yourself now.
It's good. It's probably the funniest thing we've done.
Yeah.
Walt was really proud of that one. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, man. If we could ever get to that stage ourselves, we're actually doing so much stuff, because it seems like they have like the best lives at the minute, where they're podcasting all the time. They're earning money through podcasting. Obviously, Q's doing his own thing, but the Walt and Bry are just podcasting all the time, and they earn the money through doing stuff like that. If me and Dan could give up our shitty jobs and fuck it,
I mean,
and get that far,
we'd
be loving life, man.
I was on the verge today.
Were you?
Yeah,
Bad day,
I'm a butcher. Like, I was just ready. I've been doing a long day, and I had my knife in my hand, and I was just imagining in my head, I'm going to chuck the knife on the floor, and I'll be like, I'm a podcaster, I don't need this shit, and just fucking walk out.
You should have done it, man.
You should have done it. The mortgage would be fucking panicking. You'd be panicking about that mortgage.
Yeah, fuck the mortgage. Podcast, that's what matters.
I keep saying about I'm going to pre-write out my leavers letter and have it framed and say, like, it's going to be here, and when you see the frame's empty, that's the day I've fucking given up that fucking job. The letter's gone in. Positive thinking. You
should do all of that. Even if you never actually take it out, at least frame it. You know,
so they know your intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you retire someday, you can hand it in then, you know, like, mission accomplished.
I'll be crippled before I retire. My hands are fucking killing me.
Are they?
Yeah, it's really, like, demanding. Like, my elbow's starting to go as well because of, like, the repetitive motion, right?
Oh, man.
So, just falling apart. I've probably got maybe a couple more years and I think I'll be done.
I always say if I leave my job, all they would hear is the fire exit go, and they'd never fucking hear from me again. That would be it.
Well, a man can dream.
A man can dream, yeah. At the minute, I've got a wife and a fucking house, so I can't be doing none of that. But we'll see.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you can still dream.
So, please remember that... Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We are in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners, and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions and views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you. See you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Right, so listeners, previous listener, she emailed in a few sort of snog, marry, kill like questions back in quite a while ago, actually.
Snog.
Yeah, I think one of them was Trump. Yeah, Boris, Trump, or Putin.
Oof, that's a mix.
Yeah, I can't remember what we said. That was a while ago. But she says it's 1,000,000% Argos. Sorry, Dan. And like I say to everyone else, it's not over until I've won. So yeah, keep that to you. So she says, I've come to ask for a helping hand. My ex has walked his way back into my life, and he was a cheating scumbag before, and he says he's changed and wants another chance. It's been 3 years and I haven't dated since him, and he's been with many women, as I can tell from his Facebook. I am weak-willed with him, and I don't want to get hurt again. What can I do to ensure he won't do this to me again? Thanks as always. Oh, cheaters. Cheaters, cheaters, cheaters. I think when it comes to cheating, it's the case of, like, he's probably gotten bored, thinks, like, the grass is greener, and that's why he's gone off with many different. And then when he realises that there's a lot of shit out there, he's come crawling back.
Yeah.
But he'll do it again.
Yeah, I in my mind, he blew it.
Yeah.
In my mind, he blew it. I mean, ultimately, it's her call. You know, if she wants to take that risk, go for it. But is it worth it? You know, and then say it happens again. You know, they end up split again. What's to stop him from coming back a third time?
Yeah.
You know,
It's like a safety net, isn't it?
Yeah, and this cycle could continue forever. You know.
Yeah.
At some point, in my mind, you know, you got to put your foot down. If not now, then when? You know. I mean, maybe he has changed. You know, who am I to say he hasn't? But to me, cheating is such a fucking unforgivable fucking thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even entertain it. I don't care how much I feel for some. Well, that's not true because I did. All right, so I was cheated on, and I did take them back, and it didn't stop. So what the fuck am I saying? I did entertain it, but you know, what is it? You know, fool me once, shame on me, or whatever the fuck. You know, like
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I know the one. Yeah. No, I'm the same. I had a missus that cheated on me, and I took her back, and then it's just a waste of time, isn't it? Because I will another 2 years together for it to end.
yeah.
And the trust's broken, so it's not the same relationship after that, is it?
No.
It's never going to be the same relationship.
No.
Never. And do you really want to risk feeling that fucking heartache again? You know,
it's horrible.
Is it worth it?
Exactly, yeah. And
Absolutely
like,
horrible.
as to play devil's advocate, I've been on the other end when I was much younger, way before I was married and that. I was on the other end of that where I was forgiven, got back into the relationship, and then my eyes wandered again, probably about 6 or 7 months later.
Jamie, what are you doing?
The experiences we bring to the podcast.
I've grown up now, so don't judge me, people. But that is the way it is. But
There you go. Maybe she should take him back.
Hey.
There you go. Maybe she should take him back.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think it's been long enough for him to make a proper change in his life to actually. It took a lot of growing up for me to change the way I conducted myself in relationships. I think he's only had a few months, and I don't think no one can change that quickly.
3 years, she said, didn't she?
It was 3 years together, weren't they? Was it 3 years split?
It's been 3 years. I haven't dated him since. Yeah, so they split up in 3 years. But then that's 3 years him bouncing between different women.
Yeah, but he potentially
Because like if she's been on her own for 3 years, then obviously she's building herself back up and sort of like rebuilding herself, getting over it.
Yeah.
And he's just been, what's the thing when you meet someone straight after a breakup? Rebound. Yeah, he's just been rebounding until he's like, either there's a dry spot or he's realised that he can't keep doing it and he's come back. So has he really changed?
I mean, who are we to say? But I would think not.
No. But this is the thing where, like, she wants to make sure it doesn't happen again, but then if there was a way to stop people cheating, then...
there's no way to do that.
No, no, there's not. Without, like, tracking their phone, like, cloning their... So you can see who they're texting, who they're phoning.
I mean, if you want to put them on a leash... Yeah.
No one wants that.
No.
Yeah,
That's not fun. Or healthy.
No. Oh, could you imagine the paranoia?
It's I can. It's horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fuck that.
I think even though like you want it to work, I think probably the best thing for you is just to try and find someone new. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got any answers to stop someone cheating, because if I knew, I would stop it myself. I've had it quite a few times.
Really?
And it's just, yeah, it's just nothing you don't see it coming, because they always think that they're smarter than you. And then even when you catch them, they still try and deny it.
I do think the fact that she's even written into us about this situation just sums up the fact that obviously she's got the doubts going into it, which are always going to be there. It don't matter how long they're together. They could be together 3 years and she's still going to be thinking it. So it's not worth the heartache. It's not worth the hassle.
No.
Just move on, I think.
Yeah. There's always better people out there.
I agree.
Because there's about 100 guys that write into this podcast we can send your way.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. Some of them
are a bit off key though.
Yeah.
We can't send them all away. But...
they're a bit questionable, but we have some good people on here. But yeah, please let us know. Obviously, we want you to stay safe, and even like mental health, to be prepared for what's coming. If you take the gamble, and we hope the success of your relationship, but we just want you to be careful. But keep listening. And any replies or anything you send, we'll obviously pass on to Jimmy as well to let him know what's going on.
Yeah, I really want to know how this turns out.
Yeah, so we do get quite a lot of like replies and stuff like that. So hopefully,
the listeners love Brian. Every time Brian's been on, we get a good like 3 or 4 emails.
Oh, Rupert?
How much that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best.
We got them their first emailer as well. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm to take credit for that.
happy. I'm reviewing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He came on and he was like, "No one emails into our podcast," and we were like, "Well, our listeners will." And then straight back in, boom.
I wonder if I heard that. That's amazing. Way to go.
I should think so, yeah, because I can't. Oh, that was a long time ago now.
Yeah, sure, I heard it then.
Probably over a year now, nearly.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard it. Okay, that's awesome. You guys are killing it.
People like to hear us rambling.
Hopefully.
Right, so this emailed him before. He was going to start an apprenticeship, but he wasn't really interested in it. So he says, "Thanks for your candid advice as always, guys. It helped me a lot. I stuck to it, and I'm going to see how I get on. I did a time frame like you said, and it's just giving me hope." That's cool, man. At least if you know when you get to the end of that time frame and you're still not feeling the course, that you know that you've given it your all. You haven't just quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've given it some time. Uncle Joe was a great guest. Got to love the stories, and some about Jamie we hadn't heard yet. I was waiting for him to come. I could just get him. I listen to a lot of podcasts and the games and stuff, and they all do the same thing, coming in with a guest each episode. I enjoy the fact you both do with and without. It keeps it fresh for the listeners. So I got into a fight at the weekend, and safe to say it didn't come out looking the best. As Jamie said in the past, if the man has the worst cauliflower ears in a bar, avoid at all costs.
I don't even remember saying that.
I'm missing 3 teeth and a shitload of dignity. I've been pulling a sickie from work until my black eye calms down a bit, but I got caught in the local takeaway by the boss. He saw the state of my face and said to come back to work on Monday. I don't want the banter, but I also got to man up. How do you approach the pack of lions waiting for me to walk in Monday? Have a great weekend. So we replied to this straight away, but I told him we're going to do it in the episode anyway. But you win some, you lose some, and that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, fucking losing teeth though, that's rough. Because like my teeth are pretty fucked up, but luckily they're all like the back. So my front ones still look okay.
Yeah, I haven't lost a tooth. That would be but I think dental work is fucking hard to come by, isn't it? Especially
it is in the UK, yeah.
Is it really?
If you want to try, yeah. If you want to get an emergency appointment, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So unless you're in a good job, you're pretty fucked.
Like I am. I had my tooth cracked like, oh, how long's it been now? A month and a half. Can't get a dentist appointment. They won't see me unless I'm in pain. So I've got half a tooth. I'm just sort of dealing with. Yeah. And they say about the English having bad teeth, and you're like, well, you wonder why. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's a stereotype.
I mean, I've heard
Got
that.
to try and fly to Turkey.
I didn't realize it was that serious.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. COVID
Charlotte,
just
my other
fucking-
half, she got 2 caps put at the front of her 2 front teeth because she was in a car crash, so she like lost the bottom of her 2 front teeth, and it took a long time for them to get like decent ones put in, and then when they eventually did, that was like a good like couple of months period. There's not a quick fix to getting a tooth fixed. Not in a, you're not going to get it done in a weekend anyway. Before you go back to work, it's not going to happen.
No.
No shit.
What's it like in the US then?
What's that?
What's it like in the US?
Well, it's costly for sure, but it's not difficult to find somebody and get something done. I mean,
Really?
you could. Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's quite easy. It's just it's costly. Yeah, you gotta have fucking dental insurance, and it'll still fucking cost you out the ass. But they'll take care of you. They'll definitely take care of you. The only other issue is, if you don't have a dentist that you go to regularly, and you're just trying to find a random one, you don't know necessarily what they're fucking, how good they are. I mean, obviously you can Google that shit, but I've known people that have gone to quacks, and it fucking, you have these horror stories, and they wouldn't need their wisdom teeth out, and these guys are like, yeah, I'll pull them right out. You don't even need to be fucking numbed. Like, what? You fucking mind?
But yeah, no, like I said to this guy, I was like, win or lose a fight, most people would run away. So I would go in with like my head held high. I mean, you lose, but at least they know that you're not going to back down if someone's going to try and fucking pick on you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I would too. Unless Jamie's with me, and then I have to show face. But yeah, you're not going to go into work and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to mess with the guy that's got 3 missing teeth, because you know he's been up to some business, isn't he?
You still you definitely banter him. If one of my mates come in to work with 3 teeth gone, he's getting bantered all day. He's going to get ripped apart all day. until he finally, when he tells the story, we'll be like, oh, that's like, but yeah, if matey boy comes in, he's getting bantered with missing teeth, and then we'll just see what goes on from there. But if I was that guy going in, as long as I wouldn't get in trouble by management for getting into a fight the weekend, I would just like say, look, this is what happened, lads, and I would talk it up to be the biggest story and tell the most amount of bullshit ever to make myself look amazing. And then like I saved like kids burning from a fucking building and all sorts, beating this guy up, and I would look like a hero to everyone. That's what I would do.
Until you see the guy walking down the street and he's like, that's the guy I fucking beat up. And you're like, no, you didn't.
It also depends who come out worse as well.
Well, I imagine he did.
Yeah, well, you'd hope so. Cauliflower ears, man, stay away from him. I don't remember saying that, but that is a true thing. Do not go near him.
I've never actually seen one. Is that common over there?
What cauliflower is?
Like
yeah,
wrestlers and stuff always have them. MMA fighters.
That's the only time I've ever seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite common over here.
Really?
Getting hit in the head too much.
Yeah. Rugby players.
No shit.
A lot of my friends from rugby had it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because it's like, what is it, like trapped cartilage or something?
Yeah, it's just where you get a lot of impact, and then
It like swells up. Yeah, you have to have it like drained and shit. Like the coaches drain it and stuff.
Doesn't really work though.
Oh, I did not know that. I mean, I've seen it, and like you said, in UFC and wrestling and shit. And boxing, I've never actually seen it in person. I never knew what the fuck. I mean, I know it's from getting fucking punched in the ear enough times.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
It always makes me laugh. The first Expendables movie, one of the guys in that's got it, and he makes a big deal out of it. And he's like, "You're always talking about my ears," and he explains what cauliflower ears is. I'm just like,
Oh my god! I wish I remembered that. That's amazing. Holy
useless
shit!
information.
That's pretty useful because now I'm gonna watch
weird
it.
Thing to retain from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you see someone with fucked up ears, you know they'll be getting punched a lot. So you're like, nah, I'm not going to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Holy
That
shit.
as well as like fucked up knuckles. You don't want to go near that either. If they got like really like dry, cracked knuckles, but like fucking nah. No thanks.
There are a lot of fights over there. My god.
Bar fights, yeah.
Bar fights, yeah, pretty much, yeah. I remember, I think I spoke about this before. We were in Birmingham in a club, me and my mate at the time, and we were like, these women came over and we're like dancing with them, and then all of a sudden my mate just gets a fucking bottle smashed over the back of his head, and then he turns around and the guy's like, "Oh, that's my woman," and he's like, "Well, they came over to us, mate. What do you want us to fucking do?" And it's like walked off, but yeah, he got a fucking glass across the back of his head.
What the fuck? He probably just walked away from it, right? Not a problem.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because it was like us two and then like a group of them. But what can you do? We're just having a good time.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Makes England paint out to be a really nasty place.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's for one thing, it definitely makes you tough. For another thing, it's just I don't know. You guys have to have a good time, you know.
I was thinking about this the other day.
I think we're a big drinking nation, so because of the amount of drink that goes on, a lot of fighting happens.
Yeah, everything I see like so I think America, in my point of view, is like quite a dreamy country. Like, oh, we can do this. Like, they're really upbeat and stuff like that, and like they dream big and they sort of like. But in England, we're like realists. So like,
morbid.
Yeah,
people are morbid.
So like, if you compare it to like our films, like the ending of an American movie is always really happy. The end of a British movie is always really like real life, like someone's dead or like someone's miserable or someone's crippled. And the same with like drinking. Like when you drink, you do have drinking games. You play drinking games because that's fun. When you drink in England, you go out and you drink as much as you can until you're sick and you want to go home and you're not happy anymore. That's what we do in England. Same with like work. When Americans go to work, they're like, "Yes, let's go to work." And when British people go to work, they're like, "Fuck this place."
I don't think anyone does that about going to work, surely.
Oh no, Americans love work, don't they?
Holy shit!
It's got to be all the rain. The rain keeps us miserable, grounded.
I mean, some sure, but I think, yeah, we do have a lot of that. I think we're a lot more alike in that regard. I don't think anybody likes going to work.
Some people do. I haven't met one yet, but I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, let us know how your first day. And obviously, it's been a couple of weeks, but let us know how it got on. I'm sure it wasn't too bad. I'm sure it lasted like a day, and then everyone went back to normal. So we have a phrase in the podcast, it's all about that dick money.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
So just to give you a quick backstory, so we were talking about how much each of us would suck dick, how much it would cost. And it resolved in a situation where Jamie was sitting with his wife Charlotte, and she turns to him and goes, "How do we pay for all of this?" And I'm sure Jamie said, "That's dick money, Charlotte. Dick money paid for that." But every time someone emails in, they say it's all about that dick money.
It could be a Mandela effect. I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Whether they've made it that, where they're not actually repeating what we've said, they're just saying it's all about that dick money. I don't know, but I still love it.
They've coined a catchphrase, basically.
That's great, man.
I could still see it. And I could imagine him sitting there with Charlotte as well.
Because
dick
Jimmy,
money pay for that, Charlotte.
it would take me millions of pounds to fucking even go near someone's fucking dick. No, let's say
driving his dick
Charlotte
money
be a
Ferrari.
rich lady.
I'm a simpler man. Jimmy. I just said pay off my mortgage and I'd suck a dick. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, I'd probably do it for less than that. I mean, I wouldn't do it for too cheap, but if I could skate by a few months, I'd probably take a shot in the mouth.
Yeah. Respect to you, Jimmy. Jamie's
That's
just
brilliant.
got very high standards. That's all it is.
I have. Maybe it would be different if the cash was in front of me.
You get weak in the knees.
Yeah.
So she said, I have had guys paying for feet pictures, underwear, all sorts for a while now. I made myself enough money I was able to start my own business, and no one is any of the wiser. I am a modern day hustler. I even had a guy for a while who had sent me money for dinners and drinks with friends just for a foot picture.
Fucking hell.
Men are a strange breed, and I took advantage of that for a while. So I'm building my legitimate business up. Another girl has come into my life. I never considered myself with a woman, and I'm not. If she does, I don't know if she swings that way either. But I'm curiously talking and thinking about her. 24/7, she brings me coffee each morning in the office and has a long, lengthy chat with me. Should I take the risk of making it awkward and losing a friendship by seeing if she's interested, or should I just fight those urges? Respect for taking advantage of pervy of men.
Absolutely.
Because my missus keeps saying about selling feet pictures, and I'm like, I ain't got a problem with that. I'm like, you send many feet pictures you want if it pays for a holiday.
I've debated shaving my own foot and seeing if that would... see if they would buy it.
That could work,
Stomping
man.
a cake.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a bit of cake in between your... oh, man, my feet are minging, though. Like,
Yeah, you
standing
have to
on my
have
feet
nice
all
feet.
day, they're all fucking dry and that. Nah, fuck that. But no, I don't understand it. I personally don't have... I hate feet. I've always hated feet. I think it's... I always remember... do you remember the film... it's got a really long title. Never drink juice on the west side of the hood while...
Don't be a mess in South Central or drinking your juice in the hood.
That's the one. And there's a scene in that where like he's gone round a woman's and he's like licking hot sauce off her feet and stuff.
Yeah.
And scarred me for
You're
life.
not into that.
That's fucking minging. So, mate, yeah, no. I can get down the whole buying underwear and stuff like that. I can see that, but the feet thing, no.
Would you buy if a fart in the box? Because that's always a fucking thing, in it. A fart in the jar. Would you buy one of them?
No. How do you know
No.
it's sealed properly? When it gets to you, it might not be even in there anymore.
In a box.
Is that what would keep you from buying it?
Yeah, knowing that I wouldn't get my legitimate purchase.
You want the guarantee?
He wants
wanna see
He
it.
wants like a certificate of authentication. Or whatever
Yeah,
it's
sealed
called.
in there. Well, we already had a listener say they would drink Jamie's bathwater. So I mean, I think there's a merch idea
I'll keep
there.
that in mind.
Make it like full day of work, like
Yeah.
soapy water. Oh, Megan.
Dirty.
And then you got Jimmy who buys hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Yes. Not for the same reason that people are doing that, but I mean, kind of similar.
What about
I'm
feet?
sure-
Are you into feet, Jimmy?
Nah, not really. Not really.
Not
I mean, I
really.
understand that a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see myself paying for that.
No, I'm the same.
It gives me chills, like not in a good way.
You're horrified.
It's rare to see Dan being prudish about anything. So
Oh no, feet and like teeth and nails. Like if you ever watch a horror film and someone's getting their teeth or their nails pulled out, those three things would send me. I'd leave the room. That'd be me done. Yeah, there's not a lot, but those three. Are women the same? Like guys, I could imagine like getting quite offended if like another guy comes up and like tries to initiate something. Guys get really like offensive, right? But women, I don't think women are the same way when it comes to another woman showing affection to them.
yeah, I don't know. No idea. I think that because the listener's not even sure whether she swings that way. She says she's never even, so she doesn't know whether she's going that way. She doesn't know whether the person she's going after goes that way. So if she doesn't know she's lesbian or bisexual, and she doesn't know the other one's lesbian or bisexual, how the fuck is she gonna initiate anything?
Well, it sounds like she's kind of beginning to swing that way.
Yeah,
I don't think you start to have those kinds of feelings if you're not actually feeling it.
Yeah.
But I mean, how the fuck do you know if the person she's interested in is like?
Yeah.
I don't know that it would ruin the relationship.
No.
If she handled it correctly, but how the fuck do you approach that?
exactly. Without,
Well, I mean, how do you know? Yeah, how do you find out that she, also goes that direction? Like
You could do the.
go ahead.
Do that. Go like get a photo of like an attractive celebrity, and be like, "Oh man, isn't she really fit?" And then see what she says.
or try and like bait her out with like Jennifer Lopez.
But
or
then you
something.
can't do that because if someone said to me like, "Oh, isn't like Ryan Reynolds really attractive?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, he's a pretty fit guy."
Yeah, right. And then
Yeah, yeah.
and then they think you're
Yeah, yeah. I
And then
mean, I
you
would
turn
for
around
Ryan
and their
Reynolds,
cock's
but
out.
that's not a.
That's
It's like touching your hand. You're like, "What the fuck is that, man?" Like, this guy-
yeah. She didn't happen to mention the woman she's interested in if she's with someone, did she?
No.
I mean
I think there's
that'd be a giveaway.
that would be
yeah. Or an
I think
ex,
there's
find out
a
about
certain
an ex.
amount of like when someone's like really nice to you and like does nice things for you, if you're not used to things like that,
Yeah.
that can also sort of draw you into something that you're not normally into.
Yeah, you're right. It may not necessarily be a sexual attraction. It may just, be a
Infatuation. Is that
Yeah.
what you're looking for?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be your best friend and do everything with you, but I don't necessarily want to, lick your box. But maybe she does.
Well, maybe it's gone that way. Yeah, lick your box, fucking. hell.
I'm trying to get on you guys' level. Megan
I love
and,
that.
and Bandit and
Yeah,
Snog.
it can get pretty smutty. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the term that we would use would be clam.
Oh, clam.
Lick
Okay.
lick a
I
clam.
should have used clam.
Clam.
I like box though. Yeah, clam. You never heard clam?
Oh, I know
No,
clam.
no.
Normally I just say pussy, but I was trying to fucking.
Yeah.
I was trying to get on that
Sorry.
British level with you guys.
Throw in a few slang words. I've had a lot of bad experience with like dating people that I work with, especially if you're trying to start the business up.
Yeah.
I think you've got to sort of stay on a professional level. But then on the other hand, Jamie is now married to someone he worked with, and that worked out for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. And if the person is starting if it is this person's business, they could just fire them if they're not. If it goes awkward.
Would there be? I don't know how it is over there. Would there be repercussions for that? Like, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Like if is there unlawful termination or whatever the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
that
you
might
can
be an
tell, I'd
issue.
get myself in trouble pretty
Yeah.
quick.
That's why Jamie is at the bottom and he's not at the top. I wouldn't do it personally. I think keeping that separation is better.
Yeah. On a serious note.
Especially if it's like if you've never experienced it before and it's more of like a fling, then that's a lot to ruin just because you want to experiment.
I think you can get to know the person as well without actually going down that road straight away.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in not shitting where you eat. So
Yeah.
But I mean, I've broken that rule myself. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
But it ends badly. If it ends, it ends badly.
Yeah.
So you
That's
gotta-
why I said Jamie's the other coin and the other side of the coin.
He's the exception. Sure.
Yeah.
But that was birthed out of a terrible situation at work as well. So
Really.
yeah, where I was a dirty dog. So
Yeah, we won't go into that.
it worked. Yeah, we won't go into that again. It comes up a lot.
Does it?
So yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think don't shit where you eat. I think if you're really feeling it in 6 months' time, when you've got to know the person even more, then maybe by then you should know what their exes are like and stuff.
Yeah.
If you've had enough conversation, then maybe think about it then. But at the beginning, when you've only been knowing them for like a couple of weeks, it's not worth it.
No.
You could destroy a potentially good employee's relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's her business, correct?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that whole boss employee thing.
No.
I mean, we know it works out sometimes, but man, if it goes sideways. But again, I mean that's a risk that she's going to be willing to take. You know, in the end, it's always their call. But I mean, the repercussions could be grand if things don't go the way she wants. So, is it worth it? You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very true.
That's what I mean.
Very
If
true.
it's a fling, then what's the point? You just
Then it's, in my opinion, that is definitely not worth it.
no.
If
not
you're
at all.
looking to marry the person, you know, then say fuck all.
Yeah, but no. Let us know. Like I said, it's been a few weeks since these emails, but hopefully you haven't jumped the gun. Let us know what you decide to do. If you did it and she did turn out to be that way, we want to know about it. And how did you tell? We need this information for later on.
Seriously.
Yeah, because we only have gaydar for men. It doesn't work for women.
My gaydar, I don't have a gaydar at all. I wouldn't even know.
It's harder. The gaydar is working overtime nowadays. Like 2023 is pretty rough for the gaydar, but it catches it every now and again.
Mine's all over the place. Sometimes there's a few people lately that I was 1,000% sure that they were, you know, that they were swinging that way. Come to find out, I was dead wrong. So
Happened to me. I literally this week got fitted for a kilt for my brother's wedding, and I was convinced he was the poshest English person I've ever met in my life. Yeah, and he spoke so camply. I was like, this geezer's definitely got like a little dog at home, and he's got a husband sitting there waiting with a cup of tea. I was like, this geezer's that posh, and he's like proper gay, yeah. And then his wife and kids walks into the shop while I'm in the middle of the fucking trying on my kilt, and I was just like absolutely shocked. I was convinced. I was saying it to my mum and everything. I was just like, yeah, he's definitely going home to his boyfriend and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, 3 kids and a wife.
Fucking hell.
I just love using the word geezer.
Geezer, yeah. Gonna learn some new things after this episode.
You know, I, these are all words I've heard, but I've never actually spoken to somebody who used them. So this is fucking amazing. even like in text, Jamie calls me mate, and I'm like, oh yeah, mate.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking
lad,
awesome. Yeah,
fella.
it's fucking great. I fucking love it.
I do use the word mate a lot.
I thought mate was an American thing. Is that not?
I've never heard it used outside of like pirate movies. I've never. No one before you guys, no one has ever called me mate. So I love it. I fucking
There you
love
go. I think it's an Australian thing, if anything.
That I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Right. So this will be a quick one. This one. So this listener says, I hear you guys are into Japanese food at the moment. What would you guys recommend as a 3-course style meal for a complete novice when it comes to Asian food?
Oh my god!
What are you like with Asian food, Jimmy? You like stuff like that?
I like it all. But I could not tell you. I mean, it's gonna sound so fucking horribly racist, but it's really an American thing. We over here, like Chinese food is like the big thing, but we do have Japanese too, and we do have Vietnamese and Thai and everything else. But I cannot tell the fucking difference. I love it all. I'll eat any of it. You put any of it in front of me, I'll eat it. I just can't tell the fucking difference.
No, I couldn't. Do anything. Yeah, I just call it Japanese
does mix
food.
a lot.
Yeah.
What's that?
It does mix a lot.
Oh,
there's
sure.
like there's a lot of grey areas, I think.
To
where it
me,
mixes over.
Chinese food is like sweet and sour chicken,
Yeah.
chicken balls, like was it salt and chili chips, stuff like that. And then Japanese food is like sushi
Yes.
and ramen.
Sure.
I don't know if that's right. That's good, but that's in my head. That's
right. Sounds
how
right
it
to
works
me.
to me.
Gozus.
Gozu, yeah,
That type of shit, yeah.
But I mean, that's just because of like the way, like, if you go to like a Chinese down here, that's what you're gonna get: sweet and sour chicken, egg fried rice. And if you go to sushi, that's a bit higher class. It's like Chinese food is like council estate. That's terrible. Right, so if we just take it in turns and we'll just go through, say, like what we would normally eat if we went to a restaurant, like a Japanese or Chinese restaurant.
Sure.
Okay.
So if I went with like Sabina, I would always get octopus balls for a starter. Was it teppanyaki? I think it's called. Fucking love them. Absolutely so good. They're like, it's like little bits of octopus deep fried in a batter, and then you get like a spicy sauce.
Yeah.
Fucking love them.
Oh man.
And then I would normally either get some sort of sushi, probably like normally like California or something, or I would get katsu curry, like a pork katsu curry. Fucking love that. And then I always, if there is a dessert, normally you don't get a dessert in like stuff like that, but I always go like mochi. I love mochi.
That was
That's
that stuff
good.
we had when we went to Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like gelatin rice.
Yeah, yeah. I
Rice-
didn't
is
think
it
I'd
rice
like
and
it, but it was nice.
Yeah, with like green
Yeah.
tea. The ones that have got like ice cream in, I'll eat them all day. All day.
God, that sounds fucking wonderful. Oh,
Go ahead, Jamie. What would you order?
Probably it's not necessarily Japanese, but Korean fried chicken as like a starter, maybe, because that's banging. And Costco in the UK. If you're in the UK, Costco does a good Korean fried chicken that you could have at home. That is reasonably healthy as well.
Oh
It's
yeah.
as healthy as fried chicken can be. And then main, I'd probably go for something like a selection of like gyuzus and sushi. A mixture,
Like a bento box.
like a bento
Is that
box,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then dessert, I'll just skip and have a fucking cocktail of some sort, some Japanese cocktail.
Sake.
What about you, Jimmy?
oh my God, that's a loaded question. How do I narrow it down? I eat Chinese food like twice a week.
Yes.
Japanese food I don't get as much, but I fucking love sushi. I would probably first course. All right, so let me think. First course, I'd either get a soup,
Like miso soup. stuff like
miso or wonton or hot and sour.
that. Nice.
Yep. Or I might do like I don't know how different our shit is over here than it is for you, but like we have like sometimes they call it beef teriyaki. Sometimes they call it beef stick, but it's literally just a piece of beef, like a long piece of beef on a fucking skewer.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, it's
They're really good. Yeah, we get chicken teriyaki a lot more common than beef, but it is good.
we have that
The sauce
too.
and stuff.
Yeah. And then for a main, holy shit. I mean, I could do a fucking udon, the Japanese noodles. I could do fucking sushi. I could do fucking lo mein. I could do fucking beef with broccoli or chicken with broccoli or fucking beef with mushrooms or fucking fried rice or fucking... Oh, God. This conversation's killing me. I'm fucking starving. And then for dessert, that's a good fucking question.
They don't really do desserts, do they? Like
Not really. Even when you go to like a buffet, like they have like soft serve ice cream and shit, and like
Yeah.
Jello
And
and shit.
gelatin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. Oh, that's minging.
Do you?
Yeah, like so we over here, because I know isn't your gelatin like powder, like your jelly?
Yeah. If you make it yourself, yeah.
Yeah. So we get like blocks. I can't remember what the brand is, but it comes in like 8 cubes, and you cut the cubes up and you mix it with boiling water, and it makes a jelly.
Really?
But in ours, they just basically cut up the raw, like before it's been like put in water. It's absolutely fucking disgusting stuff. It's no. What? I don't know how people eat that shit.
See, I didn't even know that because I've never even bothered going to look at the desserts. I'm just as soon as my main's finished, I'm just like, now it's drinking time, isn't it? That's what.
Good hell.
Yeah, dessert for me would probably be a cigarette.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Fair
go.
play.
That used to be me.
But if you go out and you try anything, let us know. We always love a good food talk, and good luck on your first experience. Seriously, just give it all a go. It's fucking delicious. Right. So this listener says, "Love the past year and a bit for the podcast, and episode 70 was a good episode. Uncle Joe was a great guest." Which just they're not going to leave that alone, is they?
Yeah, he gets a lot of love. He gets a lot of love. That's why
I'd like to
he's
see
getting his own podcast, Dan.
No, he's not. He's not having in. I'd like to see Jim and Brian make their return too at some point soon. So that was an email, and then we had Brian the next week. so me and my girlfriend are going strong, and I've introduced her to the podcast, and she's enjoying it too. We're off to Edinburgh sometime next month, and wanted to know what comedy club you recommend in the city, and any hotels or restaurants you'd recommend, as we both know that you go there quite often. So I've already emailed them back a list of places, so I'm just going to list off for the listeners a couple places. And then, Jimmy, if you're ever in Edinburgh, you know where you're going to go as well.
It sounds wonderful.
So when Jamie come up for my birthday, Jamie and Charlotte, we went to a stand-up club called, the Stand-Up Comedy Club, which is on York Place, which is a really good little sort of comedy club. We got there early, which I think was the best thing, because you managed to, if you're there early enough, you get to pick your seats basically, and we got really good seats.
Nice.
So if you go book and then get there to jump in the queue. Food wise, there was a place called Oink, which does like pork sandwiches. They do like a whole pork. They roast the whole thing. You get crackling. It's really simple. You get a roll, you get your meat, and then you pick like apple sauce or like haggis, barbecue sauce, and then that's it. It's absolutely fucking crazy good. If you want more like dinner, there's the place called the Piper's Rest, where they have like a Scottish world famous pie, which is out of this world, and they have deep fried Mars bars, so that's definitely worth a try.
What's in the pie?
Huh?
What's in the pie?
It's like a steak and ale.
Steak and ale. I thought it'd be haggis for Scotland.
Oh nah, steak and ale. Oh, seriously, it's amazing. Like, it's all handmade. It's absolutely blinding.
That's two things I really want to fucking try: is haggis and steak and ale pie.
Yeah.
Haggis
Yeah,
is worth
shit
it.
here.
Haggis is worth it. Dan
Yeah,
nearly
we don't have
killed
that
me
shit
with
here.
some haggis when I came up to Scotland the first time. Well, we went and had like a fish and chips, but they sold haggis, battered haggis, because the Scottish like to like
Deep fry.
deep fry everything. You could get a deep fried pizza, deep fried burgers. They deep fry everything, and it was a whole piece of haggis, and I had it. And haggis is basically just like a giant sausage with oatmeal inside it.
Right.
And I was eating it, and we had a few drinks. I felt my heart slowing down, innit? It was that rough. And I was like, Dan, we were supposed to go to the pub later that night, and I was like, Dan, there's no way we can go to the pub tonight.
We had a nappy instead.
Yeah, I had to go to sleep.
Yeah,
That
I call it
sucks.
sweet meat.
No.
So good it is. Sweet meat, it's called. I call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like liver and stuff like that ground up with oatmeal and sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I want it so bad. Oh my god.
There was that. If you want to go for drinks, there's a place called Cocktail Geeks, which do like different themed drinks. And if you're nostalgia, there's an NQ64, which is like an adult arcade where you can get drunk and you can play like virtual tennis and Guitar Hero and stuff. Hotels are easy. Like, we would normally go Airbnb, but just find the cheapest one. It's just for you to sleep in. You know what I mean? I wouldn't overly think the hotel. But let us know how you get on. Hopefully you enjoy it. There's a lot of good stuff in Edinburgh, so enjoy yourselves. Right, let's see.
God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, there's some good. I was supposed to be going next week, but I can't afford it now, so I have to do a rain check.
Can I hear more about this pie too?
Oh, it's massive as well. Like it's proper, like buttery pastry as well. Oh, it's so good. So I have to find a picture of it and I'll send it to you.
Please do.
Just to rub it in.
Yeah. No, please do.
So this listener says, the latest episode had me in stitches. Your reaction to the Shirley story was a classic. I just had a really bad breakup. My ex-girl sent me a Snapchat of her fucking another guy last night and it's killing me. I need to get over it and get the person I know I am back. But I don't know where to begin. Do you have any advice for someone trying to get over something like this? That's fucking disgusting. Like this email.
That's a madness.
Just fucking. Why do that to someone?
That's just spiteful. That's what that is. What you should do is block and delete. Do not even fucking speak to that woman again. That's what you need to do.
Jamie's classic block and delete.
Sounds like a bitch.
Yeah.
She's gonna do something like that. I mean, oh God. I mean, honestly, if you're not with somebody like that, you're probably better off. But I understand like that depression can turn into anger real quick, and then you're just pissed off that this broad did this shit to you.
Yeah.
Coming out very misogynistic, but that's so.
Some
vile.
emails do that. It is, yeah. There's only one case where that's acceptable is if he's cheated on her. Then maybe it can be like, well, if you want to go down that route, then I'll do it back to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's still awful, but
Yeah,
you can
It's a
sort
horrible
of.
thing to do to somebody, man. Good God.
Oh, I just couldn't even. Like reading the email made my heart sink. Can you imagine just getting it, thinking it's like a message from your missus, and she's
thing
getting
is,
plowed.
if roles were reversed and a guy sent that to a girl, and like he was the one sleeping with someone else, and he sent the Snapchat, he would be demonised just as much as she's been demonised now. Do you know what I mean? So it's not even the fact that she's done it, but it's the fact that you don't do that to someone that you were supposed to care about at some point.
Yeah.
And you do that to someone that you hate. And
Exactly.
I don't think a relationship can get to a point where you hate someone that much. Or should get to a point, anyway.
No, if you're considering do that, you should just break up.
Yeah. And don't speak to each other again. Block and delete, Dan. Block and fucking delete them.
But the thing you've got to do
That's crazy.
is you got to realise that she's a piece of shit and you're the better person. You got to pick yourself up. You got to go out and get smashed with your mates to get over it, and then you got to get yourself down the fucking gym. You got to find a hobby. You got to see your mates. You just got to fucking pick yourself up. There's no point dwelling over someone like that. What's the point?
No.
They don't give a fuck.
No, zero fucks.
Yeah. So just
lean on people as much as you need to. But yeah, I mean, you'll be all right. That sounds like you're honestly way the fuck better off. I mean, Jesus Christ.
yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
Or
for
try to
sure.
sleep with one of her mates. That'd be a good one.
There you go. If you want to get her back, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the spite game going, yeah. Start banging people she knows.
yeah. You know full well that if she's a big enough dick to do that to you, then she's got some friends that hate her fucking guts. Because she sounds like she's going to treat people like shit. So I bet you any money you could go up to one of her mates and be like, what do you think of, I don't know her name, I don't know, Sally. They'd be like, she's a bitch. Be like, do you want to fuck? And we'll send her some pictures. Boom. But that's a double whammy get back. She hates her, you hate her. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't condone anything like that, but that's a particularly sick thing what she's done to you. So fucking be as hatefully revengeful as you like. I approve.
It makes me wonder what the fuck he could have possibly done to her to deserve that.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said to Dan. Like, because I've had some messy breakups, man, but I've never been sent anything like that. And that would, even if you were like already moving on, that still would like fuck you up.
Yeah.
I think though, my point of view when it comes to things like this because obviously we only know the person what he's telling us.
Right.
But if they feel enough to email us, then they like someone that's like if he went out and cheated on her and he doesn't give a fuck, he's not going to email us.
No, just brush it off.
Yeah, but the fact that he's like, I'm in a shitstorm right now because my missus done this, makes me feel like he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's asking for help.
Yeah, he's got remorse. He's got, he's depressed. So to me, I couldn't imagine him being like, he's gone and like fucked her sister or something like that, and she. I mean, it's like but unfortunately, there are people in this world that are like that, and there's nothing you can do about it except move on.
Unfortunately, I mean, time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
You
So does a lot of drink as well.
Yeah, and getting a little bit of ass,
Yeah. I think definitely rebounds gonna help.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, pick yourself up, get out there. You need that night with your mates, just get like sloppy drunk to the point where like you black out, because everyone needs that after a breakup, just to like sort of relax and release. And then show her what she's missing. Pick yourself up and, you know what I mean, be a better person than you were with her.
Yeah, let that shit fuel you, let the fact that she did that to you, like, really fucking drive you, to be better and do better and fucking conquer fucking everything, you know what I mean? Like, let that shit really fucking push you.
Yeah.
Don't let it drag you down, let it fucking build you up.
Yeah. For sure.
Definitely.
And everyone around you is going to be like, fuck her, and you listen to them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's nothing you did. Well, to us, there's nothing you did. So, fucking bitch, man. She's been under my skin. I don't even know this fucking bitch, but she's been under my skin since we got this email. And it's like, I think I messaged Jamie and I was like, Jamie, I'm in my car right now. I'm going to come pick you up and we're going to fucking find this bitch. I mean, do some WWE.
8-hour journey. 8-hour journey and then 8 hours back trying to find her.
Yeah. Email him. Give me your address. I'll be there tomorrow.
Then you find out she's in Ireland or something.
Even easier. There's a ferry from Scotland over to Ireland. Even less driving. But yeah, let us know how you're getting on, man. Like, obviously, we're always here. If you just need to like vent or anything like that, we're only an email or like our social medias are always active. You're never alone.
How did she send him that video? Over Snapchat? I was gonna say, too bad it wasn't like something you could have saved. You could have fucking shared it with everybody.
Yeah, that would have been a good revenge tactic.
Yeah.
You should have taken screenshots, and then just fucking post them over the internet or something.
Oh man, she would have shit herself when it comes out that message. This person has taken a screenshot of that. Like, what?
Yeah. That would have backfired on her.
Yeah. Show your fucking, send it to her family and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you got an 8-year-old granddad? Where you may see him fucking some other guy. Oh, here you go. Bob, look at this. Oh, the things. Right. So this listener says, I've been dealing with this guy at the gym recently who seems to have an issue with me. He gives me a look like he wants to kill me. He had been aggressive in a lot of ways towards me, like refusing to do normal gym etiquette. I'm starting to feel like I should make a complaint or confront him, as I do not pay a monthly subscription. As I do not pay for this to be intimidated. How have you ever dealt with any hostile characters in the past, and how should I approach this? Oh man, fucking gym goers, man.
But there's a good chance if he's pumped up, he could be on something, and that he's just generally aggressive in like, because like the gym that I used to go to before, there was a lot of like guys that were lifting heavy and doing like deadlifts and stuff like that, and they were all not natural. They were all on some kind of like testosterone or fucking some kind of thing, and they just get naturally angry and they're mad dogging you for no reason. Do you know what I mean? But they don't know they're doing it. But 95% of the time. So it could be he's just got a resting bitch face, because I definitely have.
Yeah,
I've definitely got a resting bitch face.
That's how I keep people away at the gym. Like if I see someone in the mirror, I lock eyes with them. I'm like, don't you stand next to me. You keep fucking walking.
They just think you're the serial killer that's turned up, Dan.
Yeah, just
They're
standing
like,
there with a beard with a sweat on. Get the fuck away from me. I've had an altercation almost with the person at the gym. It was ages ago, back when I was in Luton, and I was going up to a machine and I started changing the weight. And this, I can't remember, if it was Ukrainian or like Polish or something. And he turns around to me and he's like, he goes to me something like, "Leave that alone. Do you not? I'm doing a set. I'm doing a set. Do you understand set?" And I turn around to him like, like a blind bit of rage, and I was like, "What do you mean? Do I understand the word set? Who the fuck are you speaking to?" And he's like, this big fucking massive guy, and my mate who worked there just suddenly like jumped in the middle. He would have fucking killed me. But like, you know, like it's like an instant reaction when someone tries to confront you.
Yeah.
And especially because he had really bad broken English, and he's telling me, "Do I understand the word set?" And I'm just like, "Oh, you're fucking."
But did he have cauliflower ears, Dan?
No, but he was definitely on something, because he was like, he had that look in his eyes. I swear to God, he would have fucking strangled the life out of me, because I wouldn't have been able to fight with him. But fucking hell. Have you ever got in an altercation, Jimmy?
No, I'm a giant pussy.
Not even at like a insane clown posse like meeting or anything like that, no?
No, in fact, I would run. I would, if somebody's fucking with me or picking on me, I'm like, all right, see ya. Like, I'm like, get me away from this. Like,
That's the best way to be, though, man. It's not nice to be like too aggressive.
Maybe I just have no balls. I take a lot of shit. I can give shit back. Verbally, but as far as if we get physical, I'm done. I'll fucking drop like a fucking sack. Like I'm fucking.
It's okay. I only get brave when Jamie's around, because I just stand behind him. So you're okay. You know what I mean? I'll give it a good go, but Jamie's that pushing factor for aggression.
Yeah, I'm constantly standing behind people when anything breaks out. Even like an ICP show, I see the mosh pit and I'm like, oh Jesus, like, get me the fuck away from this.
I can imagine at an ICP show that the mosh pits must be mad, are they?
They can get pretty wild, and then like my girlfriend's taller than me, and I'll just stand behind her, and she's more likely to protect me than I am to protect her. That really goes for anything, but
I feel the pain. I feel the pain.
I think like when it comes to things at the gym and stuff like that, the people there are for your safety. Like they're supposed to keep everyone in line and stuff like that. So if you complain, that's not a bad thing. How do you deal with someone like that? Like someone, if they're on roids or they're anything like that, they're irrational.
I think what you need to kind of deal with the situation is like you need to kind of figure out whether it is you that he's got an issue with, or whether he's just got, as I said, like he's just got an aggressive demeanour in general with everyone. Mm-hmm. And if he's just that way inclined, then it's just best to avoid him, or avoid the times he goes. Everyone goes to the gym in like routines. I know obviously you don't want to change your routine too much, but obviously you can change it by half an hour, and you miss that guy for half an hour when you're in there.
Yeah. I'd say that was pretty sound advice.
Yeah. Sounded good to me.
Yeah. You don't want to be fucking starting the problem there when he's like there all the fucking time, and no, it's just not worth it. But hopefully you sort it out. Let us know how we always want to hear back. Let us know how it goes. Never he might have popped an aneurysm and died by now. You don't know. Those roids, man, they're a fucking. You know what I mean? I always say to people, like, I know the way I'm going to die, because I'm going to be sitting on the toilet straining, and my brain's just going to go whoop, like Elvis Presley. That's me done. Sometimes
that'll be a sight.
I'll be at work. I'm sure I'll be at work, and someone will just find me with my fucking pants down. I mean,
what a way to go, man.
I have to go to a point where I'm going to be in the paper, and I think that would make it. But good luck keep going. Don't let it put you off or anything like that. Just, but he could be like focusing on the thing. But like Jamie said, he could just be a fucking dick. Stay away from him. So there's a previous emailer in. So this is the last one. Oh, it's amazing. So his last email was about time blindness. Have you ever heard of this, Jivvy? Time blindness. So it's a new thing that the young'uns, I say the young'uns, have decided. So for an acceptable, I'm going to be late to everything, they call it time blindness. So this person's colleague, what does it say? So this person's colleague come into the work and she claimed that she had time blindness, which is a condition that she can't see the time. So that should be an acceptable reason to turn up to work late.
This is a real thing?
No.
Yeah.
Well, in a sense it is. Like,
Apparently,
I have ADHD and I have a sort of time blindness, but there's ways around it, right? Like alarms, routines and things like that. Whereas this person's just going into work and going, why are you late? I've got time blindness.
They're basically looking for a way to not get reprimanded for being 20 minutes late.
It's mental, isn't it? Like, the basic function of everyone is time.
Like, can a doctor fucking prescribe meds for that? Like, that's fucking...
Yeah, it's called a straitjacket.
It's
exactly.
Millennials, man.
Millennials. The young'uns. So he says, the rant on my debate was brilliant, guys. Thank you so much. I played it aloud to the girl from work, and I think she has taken it in. I fucking tore that girl a new one, so sorry for the playing it.
I'm pretty sure that's when Chuck was on. We had Chuck on that for that episode.
Chuck or Brian, someone was definitely.
Yeah, there was definitely someone there.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, my Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had Chuck too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Getting round him. That's why I said at the beginning of the lot when we first had you on. I said Jamie's endless crusade to get closer
Steve
to
Dave town.
Shit, man.
Yeah. They were really good guys. I'm just loving the guests. Like I said before, like we don't get many English people. They're all like Americans, but we've had so many good American guests, man. I'm just like loving it. The time difference is a pain, but it's always a great episode. Yeah, so hopefully she didn't get too scarred with the horrible comments I was making. On this miserable Monday, I'm going through some serious withdrawals from the smokes. I'd like to know how Jamie is dealing with this, giving it up, and have you guys got any tips for someone who is just taking it to themselves to get rid of a bad habit? So do you smoke, Jimmy?
I do.
You haven't thought about you're happy doing it?
I think about quitting every day. I mean, I've coughed up a few lungs during this conversation. Like I think about fucking quitting every day. It's just, it is fucking hard, man. It is so fucking hard.
Yeah. Is that just because of like, health, or you just don't like doing it anymore?
Part of it. No, the problem is I do like doing it. It's more so health, financially.
Oh, it's terrible now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. So my vices are like caffeine and cigarettes.
Like most people's.
That's like the
Could be a lot worse. That's what I always said when because I'm overweight first of all. Then I do like my drink. I drink a lot. I eat always eat rich food, and then smoking was like the thing that I used as a crutch whenever I would go on to like a losing weight regime and stuff like that. I'd always use smoking as a crutch, and now without that crutch, I've just become a ball of anger for the last like 6 months when I'm trying to like lose weight as well. But at the same time, I have noticed difference in my breathing, so that has helped. And I do occasionally, if I've had a few drinks, if I'm really wanting a cigarette, I'll go to a vape. But I don't really vape at all much anymore either, because I don't like the vape. I prefer cigarettes. I don't much prefer cigarettes.
Same. My girlfriend does both.
I just find it's a completely different way of smoking.
What's it?
like
So it's
totally
like
different.
vaping in the house and then smoking outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
That's what I imagined Jamie doing at the beginning.
That's what I was doing at the beginning.
Fortunately, I'm
when
only on the one.
Yeah, my crutch is food.
I have that crutch too.
Yeah,
Like, we all
like
have that
unhealthily fucking. I was really fucking miserable because I'm trying to eat better as well. Because if you start listening to the podcast, I talk about my terrible eating habits, and my solution is going to fucking sleep. So if I'm not awake, I can't fucking eat. And then when I get up, I'm not hungry enough to like want to eat everything. So I make my dinner straight away, and then once I've had that, I'm okay. But when I've had a bad fucking day, man, and I've got a lot of dietary problems, right? So I'm like, I can't have dairy and I can't have eggs. I can't really have bread. So like
going to a restaurant with Dan is interesting. When the server asks if there's any allergies at the table, Dan
like,
just
no.
gets out a fucking book. Just
No,
goes,
I'm like, no, there's
here we
not.
go.
But like, so yeah, so when I have a bad day,
That sucks.
because food is my crutch, I'll just eat everything I shouldn't. So I'll buy like a fucking pizza and like a massive bar of chocolate, and I'll go to McDonald's and have a fucking milkshake and make myself sick. But for that like 10 minutes while I'm eating, I'm fucking happy, and then I'm like, this is a mistake, and I'm like fucking screaming. But I think with any addiction, you've got to replace it, right? So like, it's a habit when you like you smoke or when you eat and things. Like the best thing to do is to replace it with something else. So obviously I do podcast stuff, and I know that a lot of people with like cigarettes and things like that, if they feel the urge that they want a cigarette, they'll go for like a run, or they'll go to like the gym, or so you've just got to replace that habit.
Easier
I
said
think
than
that's-
done, man.
It is. Oh yeah, absolutely is. It's like one of the hardest things is to replace. But
I think
Yeah.
for me, the hardest thing was when I was at work. When I was at work, I smoked a lot. Because everyone goes out and socialises at the smoke area as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I still sit at the smoke area now, and I'm not smoking.
smelling it,
It's really fucking weird, but
just smell it, breathing it in.
just breathing in my mate, like getting that second-hand smoke as much as I can.
Jamie's not speaking, he's just going. Like, what's wrong with him? No, he does that. It's fine.
Get it however you can, you know.
Yeah. You just got to stay strong, man. You like, that's all you can do. It's pure willpower at this point, isn't it? There's those nicotine patches, but they fucking stink. Like fish. Do you ever have that when you were in school when you were doing like textiles? There was that like fabric glue.
No.
I don't know if you have it in America.
I don't think we have that in America. we don't even have textiles as a class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have like this fabric glue, and it's like it smells like fish paste. Like if you got like tuna and sardines and like mashed it together, that's what it smelled like. It's fucking revolting.
Really?
Yeah, but that's what the nicotine patches smell like.
Really?
Yeah, and then if you chew the gum, that gives you really bad breath as well.
Well, there's just no winning then.
No. So yeah, it's pure willpower. What's that thing from My Name Is Elves? Like replace it with carrot sticks.
Yeah, that
And
works out well for him.
He's trying to light the carrot sticks on fire to smoke them. That's the problem, right? It's like if you give up smoking, you eat more, and if you're trying to give up food, you smoke more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what's the lesser of the two evils?
Yeah, being a fat ass or coughing up a lung.
Mm-hmm. And if you're like me, you have both.
I think we've all got that crutch. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, let us know how it goes. Like we said to the previous listener, if you ever feel that vice and you feel like you're gonna have a cigarette, just blast the message and we'll keep you strong. I'm sure your mates are doing the same. But like I said, if you're not, but you should be, follow our Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. We're always there. Just a message away. And that's it. It's taken 2 weeks, Jimmy, but we've made it. 8 emails down.
I enjoyed the fuck out of it, man. Thank you for having me.
No, it's not a problem. We're glad we finally got this done, and the listeners are gonna be like, "What the hell was going on?" But it's been worth it. It's definitely been worth getting through
I hope so.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on and making the time to come on as well.
Yeah. So Jimmy, if you got anything you wanted to tell the listeners, if you wanted anything you've got going on, here's your time, man. Let the people know where to find you and stuff.
Really just the Tell 'em Steve Dave Patreon. I have my own show on there, Mystery Inc., where I get tattooed every episode and go through a series of embarrassing games and situations. And then those guys are also kind enough to include me as a guest in other things. Like, I've been on a few Sunday Jeff shows. Jamie, did you see the Making Hay While the Sun Shines trilogy?
Nah, I've got it saved for this weekend coming.
You haven't seen them yet?
No.
Okay, yeah, those are fun. There's
So I've been slowly making my way through it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you'll love it. And I've been on different stuff. I had my own collector's corner where they came to my place, which you can't tell now because I'm moving. The walls are bare. But if you saw this place 3 weeks ago, there wasn't a fucking inch of space. And
oh man, that'd have been good to see.
It would have been. Well, hopefully we can do this when I get into my new place.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, definitely.
I've been on a few of the different shows. Just even a couple coming up. But if I have to push anything, definitely Mystery Inc., because that's sort of my baby,
Yeah.
Walt obviously plays a gigantic role in it, but I get to be the sort of focus of that one, for better or worse. So check it out.
Brilliant.
Jamie?
Yeah, thanks again for coming on, and we always appreciate you giving us the time, as I said before. For any of our listeners listening at the minute, if you have any questions for I totally fucked that up. If you have any questions for Jimmy or us, send it into twomennohope@gmail.com. And of course, the usual content ideas, anything we're willing to entertain up to a certain point. And I'll see you on Monday, Dan.
Yeah, definitely. And enjoy the rest of your week, Jimmy.
You guys as well. It's been a fucking absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Anytime, man.
Do this again, huh?
Definitely.